Welcome back. Composer, librettist, director, and playwright Giancarlo Menotti, who died in 2007, wrote 25 operas, not just for theater, but also for radio and television. He wrote his most successful works, such as Emilia Goes to the Ball, The Consul, and The Saint of Bleecker Street in the 1940s and 1950s. Written in 1946, The Medium is a short two-act tragedy commissioned by Columbia University and premiered there that same year. A year later, it was staged on Broadway in a double bill with a one-act comic opera, The Telephone, or L'amour à trois, as a prelude. Coming up next week is a local production of these two operas, and some of the cast are here to tell us more.
Sarah, Phoebe, and Cindy, welcome to The Works. I'm going to come to you first. Can you tell us about the backstory behind these two operas and what they're about?
The Telephone and The Medium actually is a set of a double bill. The Medium is about a story about a seance. And actually, Menotti had inspired by a visit of a baroness. The baroness lady actually had been communicating with her dead daughter through the seance. So this inspiration made him, well, you love your daughter very much. So that's why he wrote this opera. And after that, he found that the length of the Medium wasn't long enough and show in the Broadway. So that's why he wrote The Telephone and places before the Medium and make it longer and for an evening entertainment. Of course, he had received a great success in Broadway and over 200 shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
And both operas are quite different. One is a comic, one is something more heavy and serious. Can you tell us about the contrast or differences between the two?
For me, it's actually a contrast between something more superstitious and something more advanced, like about technology. So when Menotti was writing these two operas, it's actually in the middle of somewhere in the timeline that people are in between two kinds of minds. So one is more advanced, like I want to talk on phone, which technology brings people together, but also brings people apart somehow. But then the other, the Medium, is more about some older minds, the superstitious minds, where people still try to communicate with the dead people through some superstitious means.
Menotti was influenced by Mussorgsky and Puccini, but he also tried to bring about the verismo style of tradition of opera. So can you tell us about the characteristics of Menotti's music? How would you describe it?
I think some very important lyrical moments. It's very Puccini-like. It's very beautiful lines, beautiful melodies. But actually, in the bottom, it's like contemporary harmonies. So it's quite interesting. You can hear that from our excerpts, like the waltz that I'm singing. It's actually quite dark. The chords are quite interesting. It's not as happy as a waltz should be like. Maybe it's like hinting that at the end, there's a tragic ending coming.
And with this verismo tradition, meaning like bringing something more real or more relevant, why was that important for, Menotti?
I guess Menotti was born in Italy. So I guess he wanted to brought the Italian style into the New York Broadway competitive to the English. And so that's why we can find he will imitate some passages from the instrument and wrote some particular passage for the phone dialing action and want to combine everything in his opera. And he also always want to welcome the new audience into the Broadway and the new first step to the opera world. So that's why these trendy and fashionable topics, of course, will attract a lot of young people.
Right. Finally, we'd love to hear two excerpts from the operas. Which excerpts are you going to perform, and why have you chosen these excerpts?
Oh, so I am Monica from The Medium, which is the daughter of the medium, Madame Flora, and I chose to perform her second act waltz. It's about, she's playing with the servant Toby, who is like mute. So they're pretending to be playing, and she's also pretending to be Toby as well. But of course, that part wasn't show. You have to come to our show to see.
And Sarah?
Yes, so my excerpt is from Lucy's first aria, which is a very iconic aria also for concerts. And I was performing the first part of the aria where I was calling Margaret. No, actually Margaret called me. And it's been a long time that Margaret called me last time. So I was like hearing a lot of her stories, like Jane and Paul are going to get married soon. And I was thinking it's just so funny to hear. And I was laughing all the way along. So this is a very interesting
And ignore
aria.
your boyfriend, right?
Yes, I just ignore him like all the time in opera. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So I look forward to hearing these two excerpts, and thank you all of you for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me. Hello, hello. Oh, Margaret, it's you. I am so glad you called. I was just thinking of you. It's been a long time since you called me. Oh, I cannot come tonight. No, my dear, I'm not feeling very well. Where? I wish I could be there. I'm afraid I must not. Hello, what did you say, my darling? What did you say? Hello, please speak louder. I heard the funniest thing. Jane and Paul are going to get married next July. Don't you think it is the funniest thing you ever heard? I know, of course. John, and how is Jean? You must tell them that I send them my love. And how is Ursula? And how is Natalie? And how is Rosalie? I hope she's gotten over her cold. And how is your mother? And how is your father? And how is dear little Granny? Monica,